Your doctor writes you a prescription, but your insurance company won't pay for it. It can turn into a real battle.
And as King 5's Linda Byron shows us, it's a battle that's increasingly being fought over a popular cholesterol drug here in the Pacific Northwest.
Okay, so let me just have a listen here.
When it comes to treating higher-risk heart patients, cardiologist Ralph Althaus believes that Lipitor is the best medicine. Althaus says it not only lowers cholesterol like many generic statins, it treats inflammation and does other things that help prevent heart attacks.
Randomized studies have shown that the Lipitor is a superior drug to the other statins, especially in the doses that we use it.
Yet Dr. Althaus says about half of all prescriptions he writes for Lipitor are rejected by insurance companies who say there are cheaper alternatives.
They don't care about the patient's health. I don't think that's their job. Their job is to save money, to pay as little as they can.
67-year-old Terry Baker of Mountlake Terrace is one of many patients Althaus tried to put on Lipitor. Baker has a blocked artery that couldn't be cleared with a surgical procedure. Yet when Baker went to fill his prescription, his insurance carrier, Regence, said no.
Very frustrating. Being denied what I felt the doctor really wanted me to take to maintain my health and prevent any serious damage to my heart.
In their denial letter, Regence stated that Lipitor is no longer the best value, and we are only able to cover Lipitor when generic statins were inadequate.
We do require that they demonstrate to us that they really need Lipitor.
If their doctor says this is the one you need, is that enough?
It's actually not. We actually take a very careful look at the evidence and have a very specific set of criteria we use.
That criteria includes demonstrating other drugs won't work, a policy that angers Dr. Althaus.
You can't identify that the other drugs have failed, because they haven't failed until the patient dies, and he's statistically more likely to die or to have another heart attack on those other drugs than he is on Lipitor, and that's why I use it.
I know Dr. Althaus well, and he's a wonderful, brilliant doctor.
But Gifford, Regence Chief Medical Officer, says the science isn't black and white, while cost differences are. A generic statin can run under $10 a month compared to more than $100 for Lipitor.
I'm sure we all know that healthcare costs are out of control, but when results are similar among different options, we certainly look for the one, just like you would when shopping for a car, we look for the one that has the lower cost and the best value.
Patients can appeal, but appeals are drowning doctors' offices in paperwork and are often unsuccessful. Baker says he finally accepted an alternate drug after a Regence representative told him Althaus was probably prescribing Lipitor because he was cozy with the drug's manufacturer, Pfizer.
Oh, well, that's awful, because it's absolutely not true. There's nothing in it for me. I don't own stock. They don't pay me anything, not a penny, nothing.
Dr. Althaus does accept free samples from Pfizer, a practice Regence opposes.
80 milligrams once a day.
He gives the drugs to patients like Nolan Richard of Linwood, who's had a three-way bypass and a stroke.
I was mad. To put it bluntly, I was disgusted.
Like Regence, Richard's insurance company, Sterling, wouldn't pay for Lipitor, even though Dr. Althaus said he shouldn't take anything else. And Richard says he can't afford to buy it at $100 a month.
Is that a lot of money for you?
Yes, it's a lot of money. I think it's a lot of money for about anybody.
So Richard gets by on samples and worries about when the pipeline will shut down.
All they have to do is stop offering them and he's out, whether he likes it or not.
Which means you're out.
Which means I'm out, whether I like it or not.
Linda Byron, King 5 News.
The battle is not likely to end soon. There is no generic version of Lipitor, and Pfizer's patent was just extended until mid-2011. That drug brings in $13 billion a year to the pharmaceutical giant.